Hello guys, in this video we're going to talk about how to make data, how to design data for AI and machine learning models, and also a little bit about designing AI systems, aka systems that use AI to do amazing things or things that regular people can't do or that they can do but are more efficient and a lot faster, right? This is part of a whole series where I teach AI from scratch. This is for pros and beginners. So if you know nothing about AI, nothing about tech, nothing about anything involving math, nothing, it's just for you. And also, if you are a professional, you're already in the field, you work in corporate America already, or you work as a programmer, or you work in AI already, this is also for you. So I recommend watching my first two videos to catch up to speed if you're a non-technical person. Otherwise, I'm just going to get straight into the video. So this is a mixture of things going on, but this video is mostly focused on making data, right? So pretty much I made this little thing for y'all to kind of show you the life cycle or the thought process of building data for an AI model or building data for an AI system, right? Mostly on just for a model. This is specifically more for a model, but when you're building a model, you got to think about the system, like what it is exactly you want. Sorry. All right, so the first question you got to ask yourself is this thing you want done AI or not? Can an AI do this or can AI not do this, right? That's the first question you need to ask yourself, okay? So I'm going to give a little sneak peek of two systems that I created. Two systems I designed, very overview designed, very, very overview, nothing technical. This is just super overview. Anyone can understand this. So these are two different systems. So let's say we focus on this one right here, right? So let's say I want to make an AI that can, so let's say the task right now is I want to make passive income using the stock market. What that means, if you don't know what that means, is I want to make money sitting down doing nothing, right? That's the task, right? And let's say when you research this task, you're like, okay, yes, AI can do this. Why can't AI do this? So when you're doing these kind of questions, you're gonna think about, is there a pattern? Is there a pattern? Is there data for it? And is there enough data, right? If you're asking about something that's super new, super fresh, probably can't train an AI on it. But if it's something that's been around for years, like making money has been around since the beginning of humanity, it's probably data on the internet for creating this model, right? Now, is there a pattern? Is it random or is there actual trends, pattern? Can you graph it? Can you make bar charts with it? Can you actually predict stuff based on information, right? If you can do this, probably AI can do it, right? And now, does it require a lot of steps? If it requires a lot of steps, AI is probably not the best thing for it unless a specific part of that process can be AI automated, right? So first question is something an AI task or not? Or is it overkill? Or also, is it something that a regular programmer can do? Is it something that if this is black, turn my light on? If that's the situation, don't use AI for it. That's overkill, all right? If it's a simple task like, oh, if my car is out of gas, blink red that you need to fill in gas. Something like that is not an AI task. That's basic programming, right? Basic mechanics, basic electric engineering, very basic signaling that you don't need an AI to do that, okay? Now, am I recognizing images? Here's another thing too. Does his picture have red? People would think, oh, that's an AI task. Sure, yeah, but it's overkill. You can easily make a program system, software, app, whatever, just a basic process that can recognize red. Red is a RGB color, so there's plenty of apps out there in libraries and programming libraries that can recognize the color red. You don't need an AI model for that. Now, the shades of red, that might be an AI task. What shade of red is this? You know what I'm saying? So you really got to explore, is this task an AI task? Is it a programming task? Or is it something that only a human can do, right? Or is it something that you want only a human to do? Like, I probably wouldn't trust an AI to draw my blood for the next 20 years. I don't want a robot trying to draw blood for me for the next 20 years. Yeah, it's just the trust factor, right? You gotta think about what people trust this thing or not, right? So moving on. Now is what is the task? So this is where you need to break down, I'm gonna emphasize this. You need to break down what is the task exactly, like in as much detail as possible. So let's say our task was, like I said before, I want to make passive income doing absolutely nothing, right? And then we found the stock market is a great way to do that, right? But you don't want to do all that trading. You don't want to work with like these other companies. You want to make your own AI that buys and sells stocks for you, right? Without using a third party where you pay fees and stuff like that, right? Cool. So if that's the case, then you need to figure out, okay, like you should research what is the stock market? How does it work, right? What exactly is the AI gonna do? I know stock market a little bit. I'm not an expert, but I know enough information because I did a little bit of research on the stock market, right? Because you should know what you're getting into. And pretty much to make money on the stock market, pretty much the question is how to make money on the stock market, right? You see how your question goes from I want to make passive income doing nothing to you discover stock market. Okay, cool. Can AI work in the stock market, do stuff in the stock market? Yes. Now we're on to this part, which is what is the task? Now the task is make money in the stock market, right? Cool. And then to make money in the stock market, you need to put money into the stock market. That's one. Two is you need to buy a stock, right? Step three is you either hold on to that stock, which means don't sell it, or you sell the stock to make profit, right? And then lastly is just sell all your money and just pull out or whatever, right? Like let's say you just want your money right now, you want to liquidate everything. You want all your money off the stock market back to your bank account. That's another thing, right? So these are all like the four things that AI needs to be able to understand, not do. People think AI is able to like do all this controlling computer stuff. Not exactly. Okay, like AI essentially gives a response about something or gives a reaction, right? If it sees, so it's okay. So now let's go to the next one, right? What do I need for this task? I need the AI to recognize stuff. What the AI can do in this situation, and I'll give multiple other examples too. Like I'll give an example on making an AI to find clients for you. Let's say you have a training business. Let's say you have a massive corporation, you're looking for more clients. Let's say you have an art business, you're looking for more clients. Let's say you're a trucking business, you're looking for more clients. Whatever business you have, you can make an AI to help you find more clients. We're going to talk about that as well. And then there's also just a bunch of other examples, right? I'm going to go through at least 3 examples. So what do you do for the task? So now we're making an AI for buying and selling and holding and cashing out on the stock market, right? Right. So what do I need for this task? I need the AI to recognize what is a stock I should buy. That's one. Then I need the AI to recognize when to sell a stock. 3, I need the AI to recognize when to hold onto a stock, which means don't sell it, just let it grow. And it's aware that it's growing. Like it needs to know that, oh, I'm letting this grow for X amount of time. And 4, when to liquidate. All your assets, all your money, just leave the stock market. What do I need to know? Right? Yeah, cool. Right? So now we need, what outputs do you need? What outputs does the AI model need to spit out? This is probably going to be a text model, right? Maybe image and text, right? But for now, we're going to focus on text because that's what we've been learning in this series so far. Once we get deeper to image stuff, we'll mention it. I'll mention some examples of image stuff later too. But it could be an image plus a text model or just a text model, aka like ChatGPT, right? It's a text model that everyone's aware of, but it can do other things via other AIs you attach to it. But I'm getting too far. Right? What outputs do you need? The outputs I need the stock market AI are, I needed to say buy, like say the text buy, say the text sell, say the text liquidate, say the text hold. Right? That's all. Matter of fact, you might not even need hold. You might just need buy, sell, and liquidate. That's all you need. Hold, you might not even need to have that command hold, right? That's just overkill now. You're teaching it a whole command it doesn't even need to worry about technically. But for now, I'll leave holding for now just so people can understand what's going on, right? Cause maybe the AI checks every second or every 5 minutes the stock market. So then it would either buy, it would not buy, not sell, which is hold, and then it would sell or it would liquidate, right? So maybe it doesn't need the fourth one, but it depends on, fourth one, but it depends on how you design the AI, right? So the outputs I need are those 4 words. I just need the AI to say 4 words, right? Now, what data the model needs to trigger the output. Now, what data do I need to give the model for it to say buy, sell, hold, or liquidate, right? Probably pictures or graphs. Probably just the numbers on the graph, right? Like graphs, yeah, let me not confuse you. Either the picture of the graph, the numbers that make that graph, or some text on the news, or some text from the graph, right? Maybe text from a company, right? Like a summarization of a graph, right? The model gets this data, sees it, and reacts. It's like, oh, you should buy, oh, you should sell, you should hold, or you should liquidate, right? My fingers are going crazy right now. I am so sorry. But anywho, right? So moving on to the next one. Right, then we have data format and data type. Okay, now how is the data going to be, the data to train this model or fine tune this model? What is it going to look like? Is it going to be just a library of pictures? Is it going to be a 2-column table? Is it going to be a 4-column table? Is it going to be just one long book, like a PDF, right? Is it going to be just a video? Is it going to be a series of videos, right? Is it going to be a JSON file? Like, what is the data format going to be, right? And what data type is it? Is it numbers? Is it percentages? Is it pictures? Is it text? Is it colors, right? Is it code, right? Is it sound? You know, what's the data type? What type of data is this exactly, right? And most likely for like the stock market AI model, you would most likely have, it's probably gonna be number data and picture data. I doubt you want audio data, and I doubt you'd want video data. Probably would be picture data and text data is what you want to use. And I would most likely want it to be in a table format, because if I'm gonna train GPT to a table format, works just fine. I don't really need it. I can do a table where 1 column's images, 1 column's text, or 2 columns of text, but I'll show you later in a second what that looks like. And then lastly is model selection. What kind of AI model or machine learning model are you going to use? Are you going to use a text model? Are you going to use a image model? Are you going to use an audio model? Are you going to use a video model, right? Then from there, is it going to be a model that reads text and has an output, or is it a model that generates text? Is it a model that gets an image and recognizes the image and says something about the image? Or is it a model that produces images, right? Generates images? Is it a model that sees a video and says something about the video or has a reaction to the video? Or is it a model that makes videos? Is it a model that hears sound and does something based on the sound? Or is it a model that's going to produce sound, right? This, like, what kind of model are you trying to create? Are you trying to predict something? Are you trying to summarize something? Like, you know what I'm saying? There's so many kind of models out there. What kind of model do you need for this particular task? GPT-2 is something that can do this task potentially. Maybe there's a better model out there, which is a pretty much text generation model. But if I want to add images to the model, or if I want to use images, I'm probably going to need like DALL-E or a different model to use it potentially. You know, there's a lot of different things, you know, you might want to check out. I probably will use a CNN model of some sort, or just depends on the situation, right, and what you're making. But this situation, I'm probably going to use just text. I'm not going to use any images for this design, right? For designing this, I'm not thinking about images right now. Just thinking about just straight text, right? Actually, whatever. Let me not confuse you guys. Cool. So now let's look at a system, or a broad overview of a system. It's this one right here. So this is the step-by-step how you will make money with the AI that sells and buys in the stock market, and you don't touch anything. All you do, whatever, right? Let's start. So first is you give it money. So let's say we build an app, right? We build a desktop app. A desktop app is pretty much these things right here, right? Like if I click on this, boom, it opens up a browser. That's technically a desktop app. Not really, but you get the idea. Oh, please don't open up. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Point is, like, all of these right here, the calculator, this is a desktop app, right? Just so everyone's on the same page, what I'm talking about. So let's say we make a desktop app, super light, little small thing, and you give it money. This app has the ability to get your credit card information, your bank information, and you can put money onto it. You give it $1,000. The next step in that the app's gonna do now is the app's gonna use the AI. Now, this is the AI component of the whole app. The only thing the AI does in this whole app is it knows how much money you have, and it searches the market for things to buy, sell, hold, or when to liquidate, right? It looks for these signals. So the AI is being fed information, right? You feed it pictures or graphs or text based on the graphs of stocks and stuff like that of businesses, and then each time it gets an image or information, it decides, should I buy, and should I sell a stock that I already have, and should I hold onto a stock I just bought, or should I liquidate all the money back to the bank account? That's all. The AI just figures that out with 4 words, right? So it figures out what to do. So you give it information, give it data, right, based on however you program the app. And then next, the AI will signal the app, right? The AI is like, hey, buy, and then the app will execute the buy. So it's give the app data, then the AI figures out what to do with that money, like who it should potentially do with whatever. Then it's like, oh, you should buy this particular stock, and then the app executes. That's a whole system. The only thing the AI does is it says buy based off information from text. Cool. Let me show you some data. This is the data that I would make for such a model potentially. Obviously, this is not the data I'd make for it, but this is an example to help you understand the concept of making data for an AI model. So if you look at this, on the left is text based off an image of a graph of, a stock, or just text based off a stock, right? So now, if I break down the actual system, I probably would use an image one, to be honest. Or potentially this text could be off of ChatGPT. ChatGPT itself you can ask it about a company, like let's say it can Google something, like, and then it would go to ChatGPT, ask it about an AI model, and it'll give you this information, right? Of like give me this information about the stock of Amazon. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try that right now. Give me information on the stock for Amazon. Right, so let's say the AI itself, and boom, there goes the graph, and potentially, and here's like that text summary, right? So you can ask, just give me a summary. Just give me a summary. I would sit and play with it because I wanted to give me a concise summary. Bottom line, this is the kind of summary I would use. So potentially, that's the kind of information you can get and put into this model to figure out. And this is where like multiple models can work together to do a really cool task. But right now, I was going to focus on just the one that gets this information, right? Later down the line in the series, I'm going to build a whole system for you guys from scratch to do something similar to this, so you guys can see how AI system actually works. But the AI only does one component of the whole system. The rest of the system is going to be something that's programmed or automated with apps that already exist that are no code, right? Or tools online that already exist that are no code. We'll get into that later. So as you can see, it gets its information, buy. It gets its information, sell. Gets its information, hold. Gets its information, does rebalancing. Whatever the heck that means. I don't remember what it means right now. I'm sorry. My brain's going 90 miles an hour. But you get the idea, right? Is that, remember, I'm not a specialist in this stuff, right? But I would become a specialist for me to make something like this, obviously. But the idea is that the AI will get information, buy and sell. Now I can fine tune a model. If you see my past videos about fine-tuning models, if you check out my other 2 videos about fine-tuning models, there's 2 videos on those. I fine-tuned a GPT-2 small model. If you check that video out, you'll see how this can be used to fine-tune a model. This is literally all I need to fine-tune a model now. So anyone that has information that's useful, they can turn into data kind of like this. You can manually make this yourself, or you can use ChatGPT to make this data. Right, now you can sell that data or make your own model with it, or work for a company and help your company make a model using the information that you know, by turning the information you know into data like this, right? It's pretty much the input is what is going on. This is a summary of what's going on with a particular stock and the action to take based on that information: buy or sell, or hold, rebalance, or whatever. Probably that was the liquidation thing. All right, cool, right? So we get that idea. Now let's look at another example, right? Let's say we want an AI that, where is that data set? Let's say you want an AI to find you clients. Let's see, whatever business you have, giant corporate business, small companies, small whatever, or just you working by yourself, and you need to find clients. You can make an AI to find clients by making a data set like this, right? Now, earlier, you saw only 2 columns. This data set is slightly different, so you would have to modify the model a little bit before you fine-tune it or train it. But you get the idea is that, see, this is a mixture of data right here. We got number data, we got text data, which is technically email sensitive data, and then we have things like, and this is just text data, right? So there's technically only 2 kinds of data, which is text and number data, right? The other one also use number and text data, right? And then with this data, right, it's back to the question. Let's check the chart, right? Let's check the chart. So let's say the information is this task AI possible? Let's say the task is, I want to find clients without me doing anything. I want an AI that can just find me clients and give me their email address and give me their phone number so I can reach out to them. Or I want the AI to also just get their phone number and send them a text, or get the email and send them a text. But it's probably like a spam thing, but you get the idea. If you want to make something like this that can help you find clients, is it an AI task? Yes. Why? There's probably a pattern of the kind of people that you're looking for to be clients. And two, is information online? Yeah, text, phone numbers are online, emails are online of businesses or people and stuff like that. Instagram accounts are online, Facebook accounts are online. So people are pretty easy to find for the most part. Yeah, so it is AI possible. Cool. What is the task? The task, so now we're going to break down the task more specifically. What is the task? The task specifically is find people that find people that would buy my thing or buy my service or pay for my service, right? How would it do that? Probably needs to know what the person looks like, the person's age, where they live, what they do, have they bought other stuff like this before, right? That's kind of like the task. So it's kind of has to search the internet and figure out, do these people have the credentials or traits that equal a possible client I can reach out to, right? What I need for the task? So I need information. So I might need an image, I might need text, and that's pretty much it. Images and text. The text would be information like their birthday, where they live, and stuff like that. Images could be how they look like, how like how tall they might be in respect to something else, stuff like that. What outputs do you need the model to like produce? I would need that model to output phone number or email or both. That's what I need the model. I need the model to get information and give me a phone number or give me an email, or just do it on its own, right? But it will get that information, right? Or it'll give me a notification. The output needs to be a notification. I sent the email, something like that, right? We're probably gonna be like a phone number or thing. Or the output would need to be like yes or no. Yes, this is a client. No, this is not a possible client. Something like that. It depends on how you design the system, right? And then next is data the model needs to trigger. So pretty much the data would be the images, the text, and stuff like that. That's the data it would need. Data format. I can do probably a table like I just showed y'all. And what kind of model would this be? Depends on the situation, what kind of model you would use. But yeah, this technically I wouldn't need something as strong as a LLM potentially, but hey, depends on what you want to do. But yeah, this is the data that I'd make, right? So organization name, school, like what type of thing is it? Is it a school? Is it a program? The contact person, the role, email, area of interest, like what are they doing? And this specifically was, so this, I did this based on the business that I have. Let's say I have a virtual reality business, a business of making virtual reality modules for teaching kids, right? Like little cute games and stuff like that. That was the business that I had created, right? That's the fake business, like the mock that for teaching this. That's the business I created to kind of go about finding clients. And this is maybe one type of table I might use to get this information, and this information might be get via scrubbing. A model or code, probably the code would scrub and find this information for me, not the AI model itself. Or maybe the AI models can, maybe ChatGPT can find this information for me, right? So yes, and that'll produce this data, and then boom, right? And that's this system right here where you give the AI request, which is find me some clients today, find me 10 clients, and then the AI processes the data that is given. It checks the internet, or it gets information from something else, and that information lets it know, is this person a client or not. So the AI would get like this row, and it'll be like, is this person a client or not? Yeah. Is this person a possible client or not? No. And you would kind of teach it how to figure that out, right? The yes or no. It gets a signal from you. Yes, this is a possible client. No, it's not a possible client. And then if it is a possible client, it produces an Excel sheet full of all the people that have the yes, right? And anyone that has no is not added to the Excel sheet. And this is not even an app. This can be an Excel sheet process. You can make this process in Excel. You can put code in Excel. You can put models in Excel to have all this activated by Excel. You can make a button in Excel. You click on the button on an Excel sheet, and then Excel sheet does a bunch of macros. If you don't know what a macro is an automated process or series of steps that happen in Excel automatically. But you don't have to make an app. You can make this in Microsoft Excel, right? This is something that's super possible with Microsoft Excel. And then the result is just an Excel sheet of people that are possible clients that the AI determined that was a yes, right? Like the Excel sheet can figure out yes, like there could be a table of yeses and nos. Anyone with the yes gets added to the other Excel sheet, and this Excel sheet is the one that you will actually look at, right? So there's like a whole thing with Excel and data and, and all that jazz. But just to give you another idea of making some data, right? But let's say let's say I'm the FBI and I'm the FBI, I'm the police, I'm the CIA, I wanted to track somebody. Let's say someone's on the run right now, they're driving, they're escaping, there's a serial killer, a murderer out, we need to find this guy. Bet, what's the description of his car? Let's say the task is, I want to find all the cars that possibly could belong to the murderer that's running right now. That's definitely possible. It involves images. There's patterns. There's a car. There's cameras out there that you can use. People have cell phones, there's social media and stuff like that. People post stuff all the time. People live streaming stuff, right? And then we go down this list to get to the point of figuring out, what data we need to build this model. What kind of model do we need, right? Now, let's say this is the data that we're gonna make. So this is an example, right? Let's say so I did the whole chain process, right, of making the data, right? You just go through that chain process. And at the end of the process, I created this, which was I'm going to make a model that will you describe the car that the person is in, and then the AI model will trying to find that car. And there's a whole process in a different video. I'm going to make a whole breakdown, step-by-step system of doing something like this, where I make an AI. I design an AI that's able to find cars in the streets based on description. So let's say, and you can use voice. Let's say you go on your megaphone or your device, you're like, okay, find me this car that's a red 2021 Tesla Model 3 and it's in its daylight right now, right? Cool. So the AI would be like, oh, I've seen this before. Cool. And now it looks for any car that looks something like this. And let's say the output is a percentage, right? Instead of getting like yes or no, the output would be a percentage. That percentage would be the likelihood or the chance that car, it belongs to the murderer. 90% chance it belongs to the murderer. 20% chance it doesn't, but it belongs to the murderer, right? And the cops are going to chase the cars that are 90% and higher or whatever, right? So we can make something like that based on this. We can make a whole AI system revolving around this AI that just gets text information of what the car looks like, and then it goes find. Let's say we took out Tesla, right? We can give it multiple red cars. It doesn't have to be Tesla. Let's say we know it's a red car. It looks a certain way. It's a two-door thing. We can have the AI train on that too. Find all the cars that have matches portfolio, and stuff like that, right? So that's an example of some data that I would make. So whatever you do, let's say this is a specialty you have, right? Let's say you're QA, let's say you're a programmer, let's say you're an artist, let's say you're executive, let's say you're an assistant. Whatever you do, you can probably automate some things using AI, but you got to create the data first to train the AI on what you do, right? Or you can prompt engineer an already made AI that doesn't need to be trained, right? But if you need a task that needs to be fine-tuned using data, right? This is kind of like the step process you would take to, where'd you go? Where did it go? This is kind of like the step process you would take. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to be regular size again. This is the kind of process you would take to figure out the kind of data and how you need to format that data to train or fine-tune your model. Now, if you want to prompt engineer an already made model that could probably do what you want, I have a video on prompt engineering in my series that happened earlier, probably video 6 or 7. I can't remember right now. I'm sorry. Check out the series. You'll find a video about prompt engineering on how you can kind of make an AI say what you want to say. And I'm going to have more videos about prompt engineering as well later to make AI models say exactly what you want it to say. So if you're using ChatGPT, Cloud AI, Gemini, and you're asking it questions, but it's not saying what you want it to say, I can teach you how to make it say exactly what you want it to say via prompt engineering. Check out that video. And that video does not satisfy you, I'm making another video soon to go more in detail about prompt engineering and doing some cool stuff involving that. But yeah. But anywho, guys, that's it for this video. Please, if you want to learn AI 101 with me, want me to teach a group, you want me to teach your whole organization how to use AI, how to make AI, if you want to make an automation system, we design something for you guys, anything involving AI, any questions you have involving AI, machine learning, generative AI, all that stuff, feel free to reach out to me. My email is in the description below. I appreciate you guys so much. But yeah, that's it. Appreciate you guys. Peace.